Realme has officially launched the new GT8 and GT8 Pro high-end smartphone set to revolutionize the company. The GT8 Pro features a modular design, allowing users to remove 2 Torx screws to swap the camera module in seconds. The brand offers 3 designs: square, circular, and robot. Additionally, it released 3 MF files for users to print their own designs for a unique look. The Realme GT8 Pro has a body of 8.3 millimeters thick and weighs approximately 214 grams, finished in white, blue, and green. Its construction combines curved glass with aluminum frame, maintaining a sober aesthetic despite the modular camera system that is more daring. On screen, they offer a flexible AMOLED panel of 6.79 inches with Quad HD resolution of 3136 1440 pixels, refresh rate up to 144 Hz, and instant touch sampling of 3200 Hz. It also achieves a peak brightness of 7000 nits, with 1000 nits as the typical brightness level and 2000 nits as the maximum overall brightness. Additionally, it supports over 1 billion colors with a depth of 10 bits, making it a truly spectacular display. On the audio side, it incorporates dual speakers for stereo sound, supporting Dolby Atmos and high-resolution codecs like LDAC, aptX, and LHDC 5.0 through Bluetooth 6. The front camera features a 32-megapixel sensor with an f2.4 aperture and a 24mm lens, capable of 4K video recording at up to 60 FPS, supporting HDR and Dolby Vision. At the back, there's a system developed with Ricoh GR, boasting a 50-megapixel main sensor with an f1.8 aperture, and this lens has 7 pieces, plus autofocus, 2-axis optical stabilization, and a 0.2% anti-reflective coating to enhance scenes where light sources are present. We are also going to find a periscope with a Samsung ISOCELL HP5 sensor of 200 megapixels, aperture f2.6 with focal length equivalent to 65 millimeters, also with autofocus, 2-axis optical stabilization, and the approximate optical zoom is more or less 3x. But digital allows up to 120x, which seems a bit forced. I think that up to 30x will still have a good enough quality. And finally, the 50-megapixel ultra-wide angle camera comes with an f2.0 aperture and a 116-degree field of view. Naturally, the system supports recording in 8K at 30 frames per second, or in 4K at 120 frames per second, and even full HD, which can be in slow motion up to 480 frames per second. Additionally, they offer full support for Dolby Vision, HDR, professional log recording, and GR mode with cinematic tones. In the software department, it operates on Realme UI 7 based on Android 16 and includes specific functions tailored for photography, such as Ricoh GR, film tones, and a professional mode that offers fully comprehensive manual control. The battery is made up of 2 cells, each with a capacity of 30,500 mAh, which together equals 7,000 mAh. It has enhanced thermal management to ensure sustained performance. Fast charging capabilities reach 120 watts with super flash charge, and it also provides 50 watts of wireless charging. In performance, it uses the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 processor with maximum frequency of 46 GHz, accompanied by up to 16 GB of RAM LPDDR5X and a terabyte of storage UFS 4.1, along with a vapor chamber cooling system 7,000 millimeters. Squares and a dedicated graphics engine, it's a full-fledged flagship. It will surely be one of the most attractive of the year. Its price starts at 3,999 yuan, equivalent to about $560. Although remember that prices here are not the same as over there. The Realme GT8 features a classic design with a thickness of 82 millimeters and a weight ranging from 209 to 214 grams, depending on the color. It comes in classic white, navy blue, and oxygen green, the last one having a paper-like texture, made from recycled synthetic leather. It includes a 6.79-inch Quad HD AMOLED display with 144 Hz, 7,000 nits, and Bow Q10 Plus technology, featuring HDR10 Plus certification and 10-bit color depth. It also offers stereo speakers compatible with Dolby Atmos, high-fidelity codecs with Bluetooth 6, but its front camera is 16 megapixels with aperture f2.4. With full HD recording at 60 frames per second and digital stabilization, the front camera really steps up. On the back, there's a system developed with Ricoh featuring a 50 megapixel main camera with an f1.8 aperture, a 7-piece lens, autofocus, and 2-axis optical stabilization. Then the 50 megapixel telephoto camera with an aperture of f2.88 and a focal length of 80 millimeters offers optical stabilization and approximately 3.5x optical zoom, though it can be pushed to 120x digital. Finally, the 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera features an f2.2 aperture and a field of view of 112 degrees. It includes Ricoh modes with classic tone simulation, professional raw shooting, and long exposure modes for creative photography. We will find an ultrasonic fingerprint reader beneath its display, and the Titan battery has a capacity of 7,000 mAh. Manufactured with 15% silicon content, enhancing both power density and durability. It provides 100 watts of fast wire charging and 50 watts of wireless charging, equipped with 38 layers of protection, as well as active thermal control to prevent any potential issues. When it comes to performance, uses the same Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 processor accompanied by LPDDR5X memory and UFS 4.0 storage, slightly more trimmed, but it is still quite attractive at the performance level, as it also integrates the dedicated chip for R1 graphics to optimize performance in games. The price begins at 2,899 yuan, about $400, though prices vary by location. Tell me in the comments which model you'd pick.